Hi parents, in this video I'm going to be talking about how you can finish your homeschooling journey strong right now. So my name is Felicia Wright and I am a homeschooling mom. I also own and operate a micro school called the Learning Outpost for Homeschooling Families. And I wanted to talk about how you can finish out 2022 strong on your homeschooling journey, because as the time of this recording, it's actually November, and I know everything's starting to slow down, and we've experienced this in our own homeschooling journey. So I wanted to give you some words of wisdom and a pep talk, because I've experienced this not only in the classroom but as a homeschooling mom and as a micro schooling leader as well. So let's dive into that. So the first thing I want to say is that it's okay to slow down. If you are finding that your kids at home don't want to do anything right now, they're just kind of over it, you're over it, and it's just hard. It's like pulling teeth to get them to do anything and to muster their energy to do stuff. It's okay, because I'm here to tell you, as teachers, at this time of year, we all start to slow down. We all, I'm talking as a public school teacher now, we all start to slow down in November and December, because it's like holiday alley. So you hit October, November, December, and during those 3 months, we get a lot of time off. So when I was working at the district here in Nevada at CCSD, November, there's only one full week of work in November, which is actually next week. It's like the second week of November, second or third week of November. But there's so many holidays. So we have Nevada Day, and that's like at the very end of October. And then in November, we have Veterans Day, we have Thanksgiving, and then, of course, Christmas break and all sorts of stuff. So with all the holidays and all the things that are going on, especially at home too, because there's parades, there's trunk or treats, there's activities and events, everybody's just tired, and it's getting cold. And especially for us in Nevada, like when it gets cold, don't come for me for people that are like from Minnesota, but when it gets to like 50 degrees, like we're all freezing because we're used to 100-degree temps. So when it gets to like 50 degrees, it's like we're all super, super cold. So it's okay to slow down, because when I was in the district, we all start to slow down, because we just know like there's just so much candy infused. People have family coming into town. Kids are missing school. So many holiday breaks and stuff. It's okay to slow down. So when you're at home, not that you need permission, but sometimes it's good to hear somebody say, like, you know what, you can slow down. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not failing my child, because I'm an educator, and even sometimes I think that, like, am I failing my children? So you're not failing your kids. Just slow down. That's how you're going to finish this year out strong. So the next thing I want to tell you is find topics that your kids care about. You can get really creative as a homeschooling parent. I just discovered something on Netflix that I really enjoy. It's about ancient civilizations, and I'm actually going to bring that topic into my micro school and with my kids too, because I think it's fascinating. And I actually have a little friend here that he's been interested in learning about pyramids, so I'm going to bring it in here. But for you, think about what your kids are interested in. You can talk about cultures around the world, this is a phenomenal time for that, because kids now, they all know about Christmas, right? They all know about Christmas. Some of them know about Hanukkah, but they don't know about like Kwanzaa and how they celebrate Christmas in Germany and how they celebrate Christmas in India, if they even celebrate Christmas. So it's an excellent time to dive into other cultures. I've done that as a first grade teacher many a times, because it's just an excellent time to learn about holidays, and it kind of keeps them engaged, because they're like, wait, not everybody gets presents? Not everybody celebrates Christmas? And I'm like, no, everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas. So think about like some really cool topics you can teach. You can talk about Africa. You can talk about different holidays. ancient civilizations, whatever you want. Get super creative. And if you can't think of anything, ask them, what do you want to learn about? And then give them some time to explore that. And it's like, oh, you don't know either? Well, let's start looking some stuff up together and we can talk about what we're going to learn about together. So that's my second thing, to keep everything fresh and engaging to finish off this year. The third thing is, like I mentioned earlier, take some days off. It's okay to take days off as a homeschooling parent. In the district, they're taking a ton of days off because it's the holidays, right? And even here at my micro school, we weren't here on Veterans Day. Like we took off. So if you're one of those parents and you're concerned about like, oh, keeping them on track, I guarantee you them taking that time off will help them learn even better. Because when kids feel like they're just being like, hey, learn this, learn this, learn this, it can be too much for them. So just take some days off. Take Veterans Day off, take Thanksgiving off, even take a random day off. Just not my micro schooling center, but the district, they took off Staff Development Day midweek. It was a Wednesday. They took off Staff Development Day, which was on a Wednesday, and then they took off Veterans Day on a Friday. So they went to school 2 days, took a day off, went to school a day, and then took another day off. So be creative. If you're looking around the room at your children and you're seeing like eyes glazed over because you went to an event last night as a family, take the day off. Let them learn about what they want to learn, or not. So definitely take days off because that will rejuvenate you and your children to finish out this year strong. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was to create centers based around what you've already learned. So a center is basically a place where children go and they can do work independently at that center. The center typically has like a bucket of some sort there. It's usually a bucket and it has work in it for the kids to do. And with centers, you typically have like anywhere from 2 to 4 centers, and then they rotate through those centers, and each center has a different topic. We did this in the classroom because that's how we manage having so many kids. So when I taught 4th grade, I had 33 kids and there was one of me. So the only way I'd be able to work with kids independently was like if I was able to pull a group of like 5, and then the rest of them are rotating through the centers. The way you can implement this into your life is if you have your kids rotating through centers, they are already learning about material that you've already taught them. So that's the beauty of centers. Like this is material that they've already learned, but it's an extension of it. So for example, if you already learned about ancient civilizations, you can have a center where they build with Play-Doh. It's just an example off the top of my head. You can build with Play-Doh their own ancient civilization. So it doesn't require anything from mom or teacher to be in it with them. It's something that they can do independently. So that could be one center, building their ancient civilization with Play-Doh. Second center could be, let's say you have 3 kids. One kid's building an ancient civilization with Play-Doh. The second kid is writing about an ancient civilization that they created. So they can either write about one that they already know, or they can create their own. So that's just 2 examples of centers. And the beauty of centers is like you're not teaching them more information during this time because, again, it's a busy time with holidays and everything going on. Kids are tired, parents are tired. Maybe you don't want to teach anything new. That's okay. You can create little buckets with different activities about what they've already learned. And the nice thing about that is it solidifies what they've already learned. It's more exposure to things that you've already taught them. So those are the 4 things I would suggest to finish off this year strong. First, slow down. You don't have to do it all. Rome wasn't built in a day. Just slow down. It's okay. 2, Find topics that the kids enjoy, things that are fascinating to them, because then you're not pulling teeth and begging them to do their work. 3, take some days off, because the districts are taking days off. Everybody's taking days off. You can take a day off too, or 3. And the last thing is to create centers with information that they've already been exposed to, so they can do it independently and work at their own pace. So those are my top 4 tips for finishing off this year strong, because it's Christmas time, it's Thanksgiving time, all the holidays, and it can be super exhausting. So let me know what you're doing in the comments on how you're going to finish off this year strong. Please like and subscribe and share with a friend that might be struggling, and hopefully this video can help them too. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.